And he was talking about stay woke. He was talking about everything. He's got a lot of good songs, good content out there. Pretty much conscious rapper.
And he's on TikTok?
He's on TikTok. He's on YouTube, just Cash Flow Harlem. And I listen to him a lot. You know, he always says some stuff. He usually has his beats. He talked about toxic femininity, toxic masculinity, and RKelly, The Verdict, and a whole bunch of other stuff, and shooting suspects. So let's get back to, we had somebody that died because of a traffic stop. Now, on the 4th of July, besides the fireworks, there was a shooting in Highland Park in Illinois. And the suspect, Robert Cremo, was detained into custody, taken into custody alive. Now, for 95% of black people who get killed at traffic stops by the police, 95% of domestic terrorists who are Anglo-Saxon, Caucasian, you know, as Jay says, the complexion for the protection, they survive. They end up getting taken into custody alive. And I talked to somebody, most of these people who kill, and they kill people. There's bodies with them. Let's talk about, besides Mr. Cremo, besides the Buffalo mass shooter, besides Dylan Roof, who was part of the Charleston 9, where he shot up people that were praying in the church in Charleston, South Carolina. They ended up the Oklahoma City bomber who bombed McVeigh was alive.
Is he still living?
I don't know if they executed or not. I can pull that up for next week.
Is he still? Did he kill himself?
He probably killed himself. So let's talk about the disparity. When this is where I call bullshit, because of the simple fact of the matter is that I'm saying BS because the simple fact of the matter is that equal and liberty and justice for all.
That's not true.
That's not true. Liberty and justice for all, pretty much, unless you're a woman, black woman, minority woman, black man, minority individual, child, things of that nature. And some of these so-called people talk about the unborn with the Roe versus Wade thing. But when you're born and you have health problems or you're suffering from autism and things of that nature, then you get absolutely no help, no health care. But the thing about it is as far as going back to the mass shooting, this happened. He killed 7 damn people. He killed 7 people, injured 21 others. Like the Buffalo mass shooter, he killed 10 people and injured 17 others. So who's the villain here? But we put 60 bullets into an African-American man that ran from the police because of a traffic stop. In the words of make it make sense, make it make sense for me.
You can't make sense of this debacle. There is no making sense of it. There is none. I mean, there is none. There's no making it. No, sorry.
Okay. So the thing about it is like comparison to the two. Let me see. Cremo was 22, and his father ran for mayor
in Highland Park.
And he lost.
Yeah. So this is what I'm saying. This kid had to be on somebody's watch list. But you know, they say that he came in to the parade in disguise.
Right.
He was looking like a female. Did you see that?
Well, he a bitch to me right now for killing 7 people, but you know, I was beside the point.
He was dressed like a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that took a lot of balls. And yet again, another high-powered rifle. A high-powered semi-automatic rifle.
Mm-hmm.
When do we put the NRA in their place?
When we put these politicians that are taking these bribes from the National Rifle Association in their place or vote them out. That's when you put the NRA. The thing about it is like, with the NRA, if they don't have anybody to pay off that can make decisions for them, that's when they're getting put in their place. That's when the National Rifle Association if you have these politicians, these Republicans Republican artists stop getting money from these
It ain't just them.
in our majority, but
No.
some of the Democrats.
No.
But the thing about it is, if you have these politicians not paying,
Republicans.
if you have these politicians, if you have people running for office who stop taking bribes or quote unquote donations for their campaigns from the National Rifle Association, that means they have no power to influence any lobby or any gun laws, and that hopefully can stop these killings of innocent people. The bottom line is that if you're going to treat black suspects like that, listen. If you're going to kill black suspects like that kill nobody, you treat the white suspects like that try to kill everybody. You know what? The Old Testament says an eye for an eye. Listen, he takes somebody out. I want you to take him out to the tool shed and do something to him. If we're going to do it like that, then let's do it like that. Let's do it all the way. Exactly. Let's do it Old Testament style, because in the Old Testament, everybody looking at the New Testament. The Old Testament, there was a whole bunch of violence in the Old Testament in the Bible. Amen. There was a whole bunch. I ain't Creflo Dollar. I hadn't taken no ties, 10% or nothing like that. But the thing about it is, I ain't Creflo. But the thing about it is, I'm a preach to the choir right about now, because of the simple fact of the matter is, there was a lot of violent Old Testament stuff in the Bible. If you're going to do that to an African-American man that killed nobody, or an African-American woman like Sandra Bland that was just smoking a cigarette, then you're going to take out little punk-ass Dylan Root. He ain't getting Burger King. He going to be Burger King by the time I'm through with his ass for killing 9 innocent people. 9 innocent black people that were just praying. How about, instead of trying to get in McDonald's, you turn him into ground beef for killing people like that?
Was it McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King. I don't give a damn what it was. You can put him in a meat grinder for some reason. If you looked at this boy's mugshot that killed those people in Highland Park, not a scratch on him. The only thing he has was his tattoos on his face.
Ugly ones at that.
Very ugly. Just like the crime he just committed.
You see where he shot the couple, the husband and wife, and the baby was found. The little boy, their child was found. A stranger found him.
How old was the baby?
He might have been 2, 3. His parents were both were killed. Mm-hmm.
So now, because of this punk bitch, this bastard, excuse me, I'm gonna say it like is an orphan.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is like speaking orphans, and then hopefully he's adopted. And the thing about it is, for all these people that voted against Roe versus, or voted for Roe versus Wade to be overturned, to try to overturn Roe versus Wade, we got a whole bunch of people in foster care that need to be adopted. Why don't you adopt a child if you're so damn concerned about the born? But no, you're concerned about the unborn.
Why? Why they don't do that?
Because I don't know, maybe it's the right thing to do. But of course, overturning Roe, but not overturning Roe versus Wade was also the right thing to do. Make it okay.
You can't make any rhyme or reason or any sense out of what. I mean, they're taking this country backwards and not forward. But this country's going backwards. And not only that, we're going backwards, in hell in a handbasket.
So how long we gonna go backwards before we end up picking cotton?
We're not far from that now.
Thanks. Thank you very much. Now I can really sleep at night for an hour.
I'm just saying.
Thanks a lot.
We're not far from picking cotton now. I'm just telling you. I'm not gonna be out there because Mr. Charlie gonna have to whip me because I'm a talk. I got a mouth. Right. I'm running like Harry.
You know what? The island seems a good idea right about now. Yeah, I know we gotta find.
I'm gonna free some people. I'm gonna run like Harry.
So here's the thing. So to all my Caucasian friends who listen to this show, and I know y'all listening, I know that. Y'all might want to tell y'all other people who don't believe in the black and rights to,
tell you kinfolk. Tell you kinfolk.
To chill out for just a bit instead
here's the thing, and I try not to see color, But this country is making it very hard not to see color.
Very, very.
This country is making it very hard not to see color.
Very, very hard.
And, sometimes I think that our brothers and sisters of the other ethnicities are turning a blind eye. Not all of them, but some of them. And I think if the vast majority of the other ethnicities would step up and say, hey, they're right. They are right. We got to stop this. There's not enough of that happening.
Right. And here's the thing, though. You wanted help when it says stop Asian hate. The LGBTQIA community wanted African Americans help when you wanted your rights preserved. Because, we have, because LGBTQIA doesn't see color because you have black and white people in that same particular predicament. Not predicament, but the thing about it is they live in their lives the way that they want to, and that's great. But the thing about it is when black folks get murdered, I need to see you guys there as well. I need to see you guys there as well. At those rallies, I need to see for you guys to be there as well. If you want us to help you guys at those rallies and at those protests, at your protest, then I need to see you at ours.
So now that we've given the charge to that, we need to give the charge to our own. Mm-hmm. We got to step up.
Right.
And we got to stop killing each other.
And
we got to care about the biggest argument.
Yeah, you're right.
More than anybody else. Because it goes back to the fact of if we don't care about our own communities, no one else is going to care. If we think that our lives are expendable, what do you think they're going to think? That our lives are expendable at their hands as well. Because we're doing it to ourselves on the inside. So we've given the charge to our skin folk that don't look like us. And now I'm coming to our kin folk that look like us. We must take up the banner to do what is right by the communities that we are in.
Right.
Because until we take care of our communities, until we stop killing each other, until we take a stand and say enough is enough, we're going to continue with this type of behavior. Because we're not embracing our own or ourselves. So why should our skin folks that don't look like us? We can't ask them to do something that we're not willing to do for ourselves. It's just that simple. We must begin to stand up for each other. And we got to unify as one. Because I'm telling you, when we begin to unify,
nothing can stop, nothing can slow it down.
Exactly.
All right. Hello, Cher Gutierrez. Thank you very much. By the way, this at Tri-C East Campus, Greater Cleveland Association of Black Journalists. I am a member of that organization, proud member of it. And I've been a member for a while. We're having a free training, a free class to say if you are interested in African-American student or just want to listen, you can have a free class from 9 to noon about podcasting, about radio, about the general. You'll talk to people like Kevin, MC Chill Hurd, Leon Bibb, Russ Mitchell, WKYC Channel 3. And I also will be down there as well. As far as talking about how I broke into internet radio and things of that nature. So if you want to stop down at Tri-C Saturday from 9 to noon, please do so. Shout out to Tracy Potts, who is producing on other Tyler Perry shows, and Felicia Haney, for sending me that information. I'm going to put it out there. So if you want to come down and meet people and talk about how do you get into the media business and talk about the issues that are going on in our communities, that like this one and like others, then you can go down and, see us. We're going to be down there for 3 hours from 9 a.m. till noon. So I'm Tri-C East, Tri-C main campus, Tri-C East. I think it's the main auditorium. So it's on my Facebook page, Larry H. Gardner. It's also going to be on also my Twitter. I'm also my IG. I'm going to put that up. So put that out there. Now, like I said before, if Florida, like, I know the complexion for the protection, this must stop. Period. Point blank. So we gotta stop this BS. Now, we have to go. This is the last part of Jay's least favorite subject. And I'll have to talk about it because I put it up there and I saved this for last because I really just didn't want to talk about it because I didn't want to talk about him. Robert Sylvester Kelly, aka singer R. Kelly, was sentenced to 30 years in prison for racketeering charges, sexual abuse charges, and things of that nature, going back to the Surviving R. Kelly documentary and things of that nature. Documentary. And other things. So
you can butcher a word.
I can. It's been a while. I had to have practice. You know, I'll give you the love. I ain't been practicing. So I'm gonna say this. And my mom, if you're calling me, I'm on air. So you gotta wait till I get off. So R. Kelly and Joe Little of the Rude Boys, lead singer of the Rude Boys, said that what he was doing was wrong. A lot of other people said what he was doing was wrong. You know, things of that nature. You know, a lot of people said, where are the parents? The parents and everybody that was in co-conspirator with him for abusing and molesting these minor children, should also serve time with him. Now, one of Jeffrey Epstein, who was found guilty of child molestation, one of his assistants, a white woman, was sentenced to 20 years in prison for assisting him. Now, we all know Jeffrey Epstein is, quote unquote, he killed himself, quote unquote. We're going to leave the quote unquote because I don't believe a damn thing. I think the royal family killed Jeffrey Epstein because Prince Andrew was on that island with them minor girls. Just saying. You know, the royal.
Yeah, Diana.
Right. Thank you very much. See, I wasn't going to say, I'm going to let you say it. But the sentence, R. Kelly is 55 years old. If he serves the full 30, he will be out when he's 80. If he serves at least half of that means 70. So what, like, is the thing about it is like, I think that it was justifiable. I'm not playing R. Kelly on this show. I refuse to play I will play every other artist. I'll even play the verses with Omarion versus Mario, even though they was messing up their voices.
No.
I will play that than R. Kelly over R. Kelly. I heard part of the verses.
I bet you's a lie.
I heard.
Be here that day.
It was screeching. They was
and Ray J.
Ray. I don't know what happened with Ray J. Voices were screeching. They needed a voice. They had the dances and stuff down packed, but the voice training was very, very important. So speaking of band training, you should have learned from the unit band. Shout out to DJ Ellery for the white party.
Did you go?
Yeah, I went. It was good.
That's fine.
So the thing about it is, I'm gonna say this: justifiable, yes. But more people should be, more people should be punished. Oh, and another tidbit. Expect R. Kelly to end up like Jeffrey Epstein.
I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
I'm not wishing it on him. But the thing about it is, I didn't wish it on Jeffrey Epstein. I want him to serve his full time. But the thing about it is, like, there's a lot of people who sexually molested minors in this industry. You know, as much people that's try to come on, like, as speaking of the dead that did it, as many people that's tried to attack Michael Jackson, nobody has tried to attack Elvis. And we know that his wife, Priscilla, was 16 and he was over there. She was 14. Oh, damn, 14? And he was well, yeah. So, like yeah, so tell me that wasn't right. So the thing about it is like, for a whole bunch of, so yeah, you may have, so R. Kelly, Do I think he deserved it? Yeah. But I also think that the parents who set this bullshit up also deserved it. I also think that some of his handlers also deserved it. I think the record execs that played his music knowing what he was doing deserved to be in prison, in jail, right along with him.
You know, I'm a fan of RKelly's. And I'm still a fan of RKelly's. The man made great music. He was a genius. He was a musical genius. Can't take that away from him. But I don't think that 30 years that's excessive, I think. And you're right, these parents and everyone that played a role in this is sitting right there with him. The problem that happened with R. Kelly is he had a lot of yes people around him. And those yes people were only there for what they could get out of him. And now he's paying for that. If hindsight was 2020 and he could look back on some things, he probably would not do what he did to the extent that they're saying that he did. But you also got to remember, too, that R. Kelly had some unaddressed mental issues. He was molested
by his sister. Mm-hmm.
So as a man, I don't even know what that could do to a man. Because, I mean, I don't know. And for him to think it's okay, R. Kelly couldn't read, but he could read music. He could read. He could read music, but he couldn't read.
Mm-hmm.
So that tells you right there that there's something wrong with him. But because he was such a musical genius and he was just so talented, the industry ate him up. And now they spit him back out. They regurgitated him. So he was enabled to do a lot of the things that he did. Based in because he had such a rough childhood and his sister molested him. Even his brother came out and said that he was molested by his sister as well. We got to look back at a lot of things that transpired prior to this. But I think that those parents, they need to be brought up on charges. Because there's no way. You couldn't have told me that my baby girl was in this building with R. Kelly and I'm standing outside calling her name and not going in. Ain't no way. I would have been going up in that piece with a battering ram. And I would have took out anybody that was in my way. Because I was going to go in there and get my child. I wasn't going to sit here and play and be on TV and watch, and let the camera be on me. And I'm crying and she ain't coming out. We calling her name, but she's still up there. No, hell no. You a weak parent. You a weak parent. Because I wouldn't have stood right there. I don't care if it took an army. I'm going up in here. I'm getting in here some kind of way. If I got to set a fire, I'm getting up in there.
I'm sure your daughter Courtney J appreciates that. She know.
Them parents, ain't no way you could have been just standing there in the camera and you all calm and you talk about your child, she been missing or she been gone for 2 years and she in this building. Is you crazy? You did it for the cameras. You did it for the cameras. Cause ain't no way.
Yeah,
and the daddy, you was a punk.
See, Dan, you call out a man like so. As far as African American,
that's your daughter,
right? As far as African American men with mental issues, yeah, we have even the ones that do read sometimes have mental issues, but still didn't give them a right to victimize those children. But as far as you saying that the father was the thing about it is like, first of all, preventative measure. Hey, Dad. Hi, daughter. How are you? I'm going to, I went to this concert. We met R. Kelly backstage. Is it all right if I go with him to anywhere?
Ooh,
hell no, you can't go. No, where you at? I'm coming right down. First of all, there's an adult chaperone.
They saw dollar sign.
Right. That's the problem. See, the thing about it is like, oh, he gonna make me a famous singer.
They saw dollar sign.
Who? He want to take you where? No, hell no.
They saw it as a come up.
No, hell no. First of all, you can't.
Parents was pimping their daughters.
Oh, that's human trafficking, right? Isn't that human trafficking? Pimping, human trafficking your own child. That's the. That is the what is that? That is the clean word for pimping, human trafficking. That is the now word that we're using as far as they were human trafficking your own child. to this, knowing his, but you know his reputation. Just like if my son, I love my child to death. I'll do anything for Jalen. Y'all, people know that. But the thing about it is, if Michael Jackson were alive today, and my son said, "Hey, Daddy, guess what?
Can I go see Michael Jackson with Bubbles?"
No, not without my ass. I'm like, you can't go by yourself. Because the simple fact that even if I believed that Michael Jackson was innocent, as the adult, as the parent, you have to make sure that your children are protected. Even if you don't feel like there's clear and present danger, you still go with them to make sure there is no clear and present danger. And if there is clear and present danger, then you blow up the building to get your child out. I want to give a shout out to Lazala. She said her daddy would, and her daddy's Dick Perry, the Calling Post, And the thing about it is, she said they wouldn't have stopped till they got me out of there.
Exactly.
They wouldn't have stopped when they got me. Like the thing, you don't play that. Like you don't play like we parents, so we don't play that when it comes to children.
I don't play that when it comes to my children. I don't play that when it comes to my grandchildren.
Right.
I don't play none of that.
I wouldn't play that when it comes to my cousin. I got a niece. I'm like, my sister told me, if my sister Selena called me saying, Tariana went with RKelly, where the fuck is he at? Because by hook or by crook, she leaving with me. Either she leaving with me or she leaving with the cops. Because the simple fact of the matter is, I probably didn't murk his ass by now. Because the simple fact of the matter is, you're not going to do anything to a family members.
A lot of people knew. And, a lot of people are saying that he got what he deserved. Okay, I get it. Mm-hmm. You're all entitled to your opinion. And I'm not going to sit here and debate and go back and forth with you on whether I feel like he got 30, he should have got more, he should have got less. It's not a debatable subject for me because it is what it is.
He has 2 more trials coming up too.
But my thing is, they did the same thing to Bill Cosby.
Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to do the same thing to Deshaun Watson. Y'all got rid of Baker today.
Well, Baker is a Carolina Panther.
So now would y'all please stop saying that he's going to the Steelers? Okay?
The thing about it is, like, there was rumors by the NFL. You can blame Adam Schefter for that.
Adam, keep the Steelers name. Okay?
So here's what happened. Here's the thing. I'm gonna say this.
Mary Kay Cotton got it. She stopped that foolishness. She stopped saying it.
So the thing about it is like July 11th.
You can't even talk.
I'm sorry, July 11th is when the judge that heard the NFL, Deshaun Watson, and NFL Players Association will make a decision.
He gone for a year.
I don't it looks it in the favor. I'm hoping people are hoping maybe 6 games. Well, he already spent a year in exile.
But that's what they're saying, that hopefully that they'll take that year into consideration.
Right. And
that he was already sitting out for
exactly.
That year. But the damage is done. His ego, the damage is done. I don't care what y'all say. The psychological damage is done. It's done. It's done. It cannot be undone. It cannot. Because I'm telling you, even if Deshaun gets out there on that field, and let me just say this about Deshaun Watson, and I ain't no Cleveland Browns fan, and everybody that knows me knows that. But they took Deshaun and they made an example out of him.
You mean the Texans when he decided he didn't play no more? When he
told the Houston Texans to kiss his ass, they said, okay, all right. See, people don't like when you're too uppity now. People don't like when you got a little boss on you and you want to bounce with yourself. People don't like that.
This might be worse than Colin.
No,
thank you.
Well,
it's on the same level.
It's the same level. It's the simple fact of the matter is, but Colin didn't commit any crime. All he did was just not stand for the national anthem.
People don't
neither did Deshaun.
You uppity. They don't like when you got some power.
Uppity niggas in the National Football League.
They don't like that.
Well, the National Football.
You do what we tell you to do, boy.
Well, the thing about it is the NFL, somebody said the NFL stands for Negroes for Lease.
You do what I tell you to do, boy. You do what I tell you.
You sound like Jerry Jones.
If I tell you to stand up, you stand up.
You sound like Jerry Jones right about now.
I'm telling you. So when
you sound like Double J.
I hope that Deshaun comes out of this on the right side. The problem is he's not going to come out unscathed because he has been judged in the matter of public opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He's already scorned. The public has scorned him. And I don't care how hard or how good he is, because that's a bad boy. He is.
Mm-hmm.
Can't take it away.
Talent-wise, great quarterback.
He's talented. But not only is he talented, he's smart. Deshaun is smart. They don't like that.
Well, they don't.
You got beside yourself. We made you. We made you.
There's going to be some meetings, and I'm going to say this, and I'm not calling Jimmy Haslam a crook, the owner of the Cleveland Browns.
He needed a tax write-off.
But there's a way that Jimmy will will appease the other white NFL owners, except for the Green Bay ones, because that's publicly owned. They have a white general manager though. That will make him.
I don't know if he can, and I don't think he cares. Jimmy Haslam doesn't have to worry about nothing. He has money. He doesn't care whether they like him or not, because his money is not predicated upon them liking him. He don't gotta fit in. He owns flying J's and pilots. He don't care about that. He got money to spend, money to waste, and money to just throw away. He don't need them to like him, so he doesn't care about that. He don't care about that at all. He needed a tax write-off. And what better way to do it?
Well, the thing.
But I hope that, like I said, I hope Deshaun Watson comes out of this on the right side. He won't come out unscathed. He already admitted to guilt by paying those women
The
off.
settlements.
Yeah.
I hated that he had to do that. I think that he was in some ways. I think he was forced to do that because he was claiming innocence. I think his hand was forced to do that because it was just like the accusations and, getting them away. When two grand juries in Texas, and Texas is not a friend of black people. 2 grand juries in Texas said there's no evidence to indict Deshaun Watson. There's no evidence to indict him. There's nothing there.
But the NFL has their own rules of personal conduct.
Right. So,
and that's what they're looking at. Did he violate the NFL rules of personal conduct? And if you look at what the NFL rules of personal conduct really says, he did. He still has to carry himself in a certain way. When you are in those types of positions, you have to carry yourself according to that personal conduct code.
But Daniel Snyder, Bob Kraft, Jerry Jones, and others who have been found,
they got the complexion for the protection. Plus, you got to understand, they are owners. That's a different league all by itself.
And then, wait a minute, the Houston Texans, most of those massages that were allegedly creepish, the Houston Texans not only paid for some of those massages, but they were on facilities that they approved. This didn't, if Deshaun Watson.
Why they were able to get these women and come out and say what they said.
If Deshaun Watson was still at Houston, Texas, and took.
We wouldn't hear nothing about this.
Right. If he didn't say, because he saw what we all saw. They traded his best receiver, DeAndre Hopkins, to Arizona. J.J. Watt, the best defender, is in Arizona. They were talent stripping the team. They say, Deshaun, you win it for us just like Lamar Jackson. Yeah, J.J. And the thing about it is he over there in Arizona with DeAndre. And the thing about it is J.J. Watt, I think on the NFL films, I heard him telling Deshaun, get the hell out of here. Because they're killing him right now. They're gonna run him into the ground. He's not gonna win a championship. They're doing to him just like Baltimore is doing to Lamar Jackson.
Lamar?
Yes, because they're taking away the receiving talent. So
we'll take Lil Lamar over in Steeler country. We'll take Lil Lamar.
Y'all got.
We gotta get his hair done.
Y'all got.
Get Lil Lamar hair.
Y'all got little old Mitch.
Whoa!
So, if nobody tells you that they love you today, I do. This was a surprise for the Queen with the Gold Mike. We gotta get out of here. The T-Rex show is coming up at 9:00. Plus, I gotta get home because This was if this was information overload. Please register to vote and remember to vote.
Please go vote.
Go
Please
vote.
register.
If-
If you've been purged, you need to register. Call